Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Where the Demon Lurks. So, y'all, I'm pretty sure without further ado, we can go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go! Yeah, it's gonna be a kind of a weird episode with that thing standing outside the door. Okay, alright, let's do it. Although you gesture to exaggerate your message, he continues to stand there. What's with this guy? His hand reaches out for the door before walking in. Hey, I said we're not... With his other hand, the figure holds out a demon eye the size of a grapefruit, its iris fixed upon you. You freeze. Your brain instantly makes the connection. This time it's a real hunter, a freelancer. He holds the eye out and the pupil sharpens. It's getting ready to fire. Hey, come on, we can talk this out. The freelancer stares unflinching, approaching as he squeezes the eyeball tighter. There's nothing to talk about. You inch closer and closer toward him, your gaze never once leaving the pupil's eyeball. Come on, there has to be tons to talk about. How are things in the Underworld? He sees what you're trying to do and squeezes the eyeball harder. You hear a humming sound as the eyeball starts to glow at the center of the pupil. It's still too far to snatch. You would have saved us all out of trouble if you just died that night. Maybe that's a sign that I should keep on living. Why break the winning streak, I say? Your eyes remain focused on the weapon, a sharp light coalescing in the pupil, a high-pitched sound beginning to ring out. Just a little more. Look, you don't need to go through all this trouble. What if I give you some hair? Maybe that would be enough to say I'm dead? Then we can all be on our merry way. You have no idea the agony I went through to get here, and now it... You lunge for the freelancer's arm. Grabbing hold, you shove it upwards, throwing his aim off kilter as the beam shoots into the ceiling. You dig your claws deeper into the freelancer's wrist, trying to force him to drop the weapon, but the demon does not relent. He bellows in pain and throws a punch at your face, but you catch the hand just in time. Locked hand in hand, neither of you can make a decent move. Both of you struggle to overcome one another, one fighting to complete his mission, the other to survive. And Kobu, what's that noise? Don't come in! Your eyes widen in fear. You can't let King get involved. He swings his legs backwards, landing a powerful blow against your stomach. You gasp as the wind is knocked out of you, but your grip does not loosen. Ah! You retaliate by kneeling the enemy repeatedly in the groin. Ow! Kneeing. Oh god. They yell out loud and recklessly fire another beam that cuts through the floor. Then both of you finally break free. You're forced to stumble backwards, arms failing as you try to regain your balance. The freelancer twists his knees as he covers his family jewels. He raises the eyeball again as he looks up, but you've already made your move. Dashing towards him, you cover the extra distance with a broom you've managed to snatch, then smack the eyeball from his hands. 4! It flies in the air, then bounces among the wares on the shelves. You bring down the broom on your foe's face, then make a run for the weapon. You hear a loud hissing followed by a thud, but choose not to look back. Ahead of you is the eyeball, nestled comfortably in between a row of chips. I need to destroy it, but how? Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of loud footsteps above you. Turning your head up, your jaw drops. The freelancer, on all fours, is crawling like a spider, rushing to its prey, their eyes more bloodshot than before. Your breathing is erratic, and every fiber in your body tenses. It's a race to the eyeball. The freelancer leaps ahead and snags the weapon before you do. You nearly slip but manage to turn and start your retreat towards the counter. I'm not gonna make it! The sharp hum of the weapon fills your eardrums once more. This is it. This is the end. You close your eyes and hold your breath, your mind desperately hoping the beam will miss, when suddenly you feel a powerful force push you away just as you step out of the aisle. As you fall to the side, you see King's wide-eyed expression, and the beam hits him in the side of his chest. King! You slide over to grab his fallen body and cradle him in your arms. King, say something! King squirms in your arms, panicking. The sound of the weapon rises in pitch again. You hold King close to yourself, shielding him from the approaching foe. His footsteps seem to echo loudly as he gets closer and closer to you. Clenching your eyes tightly, you scream in fear. Die! He squeezes the eyeball again, but nothing happens. Instead, the light coalesced around the pupils dissipates and a buzzing sound goes off as an error message flashes. Warning! Error code 69. The eye has been fired on a living mortal. Ejecting demon now. What? No, he's right here! I can't... Ejecting. Bright blue sparks fire out of the eye, shocking the freelancer's entire body. It screams and shudders in pain. The host's body collapses to the ground. However, a red outline of a demon is left standing on top of it. The eye then turns to it and blasts it again with electricity, before sending the demon falling beneath the earth. No! Drained of its power, the eyeball falls and rolls over to you, but you don't notice. Aww. You open your eyes and see King flailing his arms about. Kobu, I can't see. What's happening? It's all black. King, I'm here. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm taking you to the hospital. I can't... Kobu, I can't feel my legs! Looking over, you see King's legs slowly disintegrating into nothingness. No, King, that blast must have done something. We need to get help. The hospital, we've got to get there. You try to stand up, but your legs buckle under the immense pressure of fear overwhelming you. The weight of your feelings seemingly pull you back down to the ground. Kobu. King's soft voice calls out to you, but your mind is fixed on getting to the door. No, I can make it. Damn it, move your stupid legs. Move, you stupid legs. Kobu. Your friend's loud cry forces you to look at him. You're on the verge of tears while he just looks at you with a weak smile. It's okay. No, it's not. None of this should have happened. It's all my fault. Disintegration envelops his chest and accelerates further. No, don't say that. I'm glad you're safe. In between ragged breaths, your voice breaks as you repeat his name. King! King! Make sure to eat your meals, right? Okay? Please, tell my parents I love them too. No, King, please stay with me. I can't end like this. Kobu. I'll save you. Just hang on. King! His voice fades away with the rest of his body. King is no more. King! No. Not like this. Did they fucking kill King? Mere minutes after the freelancer was defeated, Vendrake sits in front of his desk going through yet another demon's written-off request for days off. He shakes his head. These demons just don't know the meaning of making sacrifices for their company. The sudden sound of someone screaming grabs Vendrake's attention. He looks upwards to see a single red thread phasing through the ceiling. It gathers in the air, forming an outline, then a body with depth. Piece by piece, the demon's limbs appear within the space of the outline and land on the floor with a sloppy thud. Ah! What in the world? Vendrake stands up from his seat and walks over to the demon. He looms menacingly over the smaller creature. The freelancer picks itself up. It comes eye to eye with Vendrake's angry-looking stomach, causing the demon to shriek and jump back. Lord Vendrake! My apologies. I was about to assassinate Kobu and the weapon forced me back here. What? Did you kill him or not? Why didn't you just finish him off with your bare hands? I nearly did, but the eyes stopped me after I hit a mortal. A light crimson color boils up from Vendrake's neck all the way to his face. Enraged, Vendrake's belly flares up. Ah! The stomach mouth fires a stream of fire that narrowly misses the demon's head and blasts off the office door. Get in here, you three! 3 portals open and the generals step forth, forming an arc around the raging Vendrake. A mayor enters with arms crossed. To his side is Fortis, who stands at attention. Nox is the only one across from them, a blank expression plastered on his face. A mayor? He points at the cat accusingly. The cat demon simply tosses his nose in the air, barely making any eye contact with his superior. What? Can you explain why the weapon you made for the freelancer sent him back here before you can finish the deed? Amer rolls his eyes. Obviously because he triggered the failsafe mechanism. I got the alert just now. Obviously because he triggered the failsafe mechanism. I got the alert just now. That dingbat shot him mortal. Look, he's in here. One of the cat demon's floating hands conjures out a vinyl disc with King's face in the middle. It even has a little written on it, King of the Store. Vendrake crosses his arms in a huff. I don't recall instructing you to put such a function in the weapon. I wonder if you had intentionally tinkered with the weapon to fail on purpose. Vendrake's belly glows red again, ready to spit fire at the cat. Amer scoffs. I would never intentionally make a tool that never works. Just because you didn't have the foresight to see your goons messing up doesn't mean I would allow it. Last I checked, it was against the rules to end mortal lives. Vendrake's eyes narrow and the mouth of his belly closes. Fortis relaxes his shoulders while Nox continues to watch the scene play out. Though silent in the frog's head, dozens of questions are left unspoken. What is the meaning of the words upon the vinyl disc? Why did Amara pick a vinyl to put a living being inside to begin with? If I put the vinyl under my finger, would music come out of my mouth? Vendrake turns his attention back to the trembling freelancer. So, freelancer, it's on you now. I'll let you skip the paperwork and explain directly how it is that you failed. If I'm not satisfied, you will face the greatest torture a demon could suffer from within the Underworld. A disciplinary hearing in the next 100 days with Ellen from HR. No! Not Ellen! And your employee card will be forever stained with a red mark. No opportunities to advance in the company. Reduced day-off applications. No more free coffee privileges. You already cut off coffee privileges a month back. And worst of all, no more healthcare subsidies. No, not that! Anything but that! Please, I swear, I would have done my job right if the alpaca didn't push Kobu out of the way. Please don't take my healthcare plan. I can't afford the Fang checkup cost on my own. He pushed Kobu out of the way, Interesting. Very well. I will overlook this mistake, Freelancer. Know that your ruler is a sympathetic one. Now, back to the torture floor with you. Vendrake mercifully summons a portal behind the demon. The lily creature pathetically cries and bows while stepping backwards into the portal. Everyone's eyes are upon Vendrake, wondering, what is he planning? The demon returns to his seat and points to a mare. So, that mortal is within the disc. Yes, body and soul. Free him. I'd like a word with Kobu's savior. You can't do that. He'll see us. He'll see all of us. Living mortals aren't supposed to be here. Silence, Fortis. I wasn't speaking to you. If you have time to run your mouth, you would do better to train your brothers to guard the gates more efficiently. Fortis closes his mouth and looks to the floor. He clenches his fists and bites his lip as if holding back a needless argument that he'll lose. Amer, I just want to talk to little mortal. Help the mortal process what he saw. Now do as I say. But I don't have another way to put him back in the disc after I take him out. If I blast him again, maybe he'll be forever stuck in the next disc. No buts, or it'll be your butt going for re-education. The rest of you better keep your mouth shut while I do my job. He waves his finger to all three generals like a schoolteacher telling their students off. Do it! Amer puts on a pair of gloves and sets the vinyl disc down in midair. He brings a finger close to its surface, just barely touching it. The disc now starts to spin slowly, playing a gentle tune out of Amer's gloves. Then with a few quick turns of the disc, the tune changes as thin green notes spin out of the grooves. The melodic notes gather before the group, spinning rapidly, the manic tune preceding a blinding green hue out of which King appears. What? King grabs the side of his pants and looks dumbfounded at his surroundings. The alpaca's knees are trembling at the sight of four vicious-looking characters staring at him. Their unusual eyes and appearances led him to one conclusion. Oh God! I'm in hell! He grips his pompadour while he breathes rapidly. Oh my God! Oh my God! Welcome to the Underworld, mortal. This may seem alarming to you, but be assured that you are still very much alive. I'm alive? Oh no, have I been sent here early because I took that extra free sample at the store the other day? I swear I didn't know it was such a sin. No, mortal, that is not why you are here. Let's start with something simple. What is your name? I'm King Demeric. Nice to meet you, King. I am Vendrake, the Demon Lord. And these are my generals who helped me govern this realm. Do you remember anything about what happened before you arrived here? Last I remember, I was the store. I got shot. Yes, that unfortunately was a mistake from one of our freelancers. He was after an escaped fugitive, you see. A fugitive? Yes, a demon who may bring harm to the balance of our world the longer he stays on Earth. Who are you talking about? You know who. Kobu. King's eyes widen. No way, I know Kobu. He's my friend. He's not a demon. That's what he wants you to think. He's only using you to hide his tracks. Why else would he keep this a secret from you? How long have you known him? Can you really trust someone you've spent so little time with? I've known him for over a year. A year? I forgot how quickly your kind expires. To him, a year is no different from a month. Don't you think that something is off? Why would you end up here talking to us, beings of immeasurable power? Surely you are not that in denial of the truth. And if he has convinced you otherwise, I wonder, what are the lies he spun? King stands in silence, his hands falling to his side. Face it, your friend is a wanted demon. Both the mayor and Fortis shift in their positions. Nox remains unwavered and unblinking. He will say and do anything to avoid facing justice. But you can change that. You can help us, and in doing so, I can promise your standing during your time of judgment would be more favorable. King's voice is low and soft now. What are you asking me to do? I can send you back, King, like nothing ever happened. I just ask that you help me finish the job. We'll give you the tools you need, and won't leave any mess. With a snap of his fingers, Vendrake cuts up a large eye, just like the one that shot King. The eye floats towards King and hovers just within his reach. King reluctantly grabs the eye and stares at it. Vendrake's face breaks into a smile, until the alpaca throws the eye right back at him. Fortis gasps while one of Amer's floating arms gives a thumb up to King. The eye slides off Vendrake's face. He slams his hand on the desk and abruptly gets up. Insolent mortal! You dare strike the Demon Lord! He reaches into his stomach and pulls out the golden scepter. With a wave of the rod, the desk flies into the air and crashes right at the office entrance, blocking any hopes of escape. Vendrake stomps forward and aims his scepter at the alpaca. Despite the hostile display of strength, King stands unflinching against the larger demon. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Say what you want about Kobu, but he would never lie to me about our friendship. If he really left, I'm sure it was to get away from you, you two-faced creep. Vendrake raises his scepter. And you are of no use to me. Vendrake! Stop! No! King throws his arms up in the air to protect himself and closes his eyes as Vendrake brings down his scepter and hits the alpaca in the head. Nothing happens. What? Why isn't it working? Reveal your secrets! He smacks King in the head 2 more times. All it does is make the pompadour bounce a bit. Quit it! King smacks the scepter away. Vendrake turns to Nox. Why isn't the spell working? I should be able to see his life history. He is not dead yet. That can be arranged. Vendrake menacingly steps closer to King, who in turn retreats slowly, never taking his eyes off the demon. This is enough, Lord Vendrake. Vendrake stops. Delivering death is beyond our jurisdictions. Vendrake growls at King. You will regret crossing me, mortal. Fortis! The large demon dog stands upright. Seize him! Fortis raises his arm and points at King. He steadies his breath before 2 small dog markings slither across his arms. Oh. Like bloodhounds after their prey, they fly out and wrap themselves around King. King recoils to the touch of the black appendages. They grip him firmly, making him lose his balance and fall to the ground. Alright guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!